works, their employers have disproportionate control over them. And so you saw things like before very recent reforms, they needed permission to even leave the country. They still need permission to change jobs. They often work in brutal conditions for low pay, and sometimes they even die. But when Tucker Carlson visited the capital city, Doha, yesterday, he had nothing but kind words for the PM.
This country's being denounced as a terror state, terror financing. One of the reasons I openly admire you despite much criticism and was grateful to interview you today is because your country acts as a kind of neutral zone around the world.
And he then ended up going on to paint Qatar as an innocent victim of Israeli aggression who's just trying to get aid to the Palestinians and only hosted Hamas leaders because Israel and the US asked for it. And notably, for the whole 20 minutes, he never asked a single, even remotely critical or challenging question to the prime minister. Instead, he treated him as a kind of subject matter expert on the region's politics, almost like he was interviewing a political science professor and not, a very controversial head of state. But then, at the end, Tucker revealed something about himself that caught the most attention online.
Personally, not to make it about me, but I have been criticized as being a tool of Qatar. And I just want to say what you already know, which is I've never taken anything from your country and don't plan to. I am, however, tomorrow buying a place in Qatar, both because I am
pay a high check
in Doha, yeah, and I'm doing that because I like the city. I think it's beautiful, but also to make the statement that I'm an American and a free man, and I'll be wherever I want to be.
And immediately, you had many on the right just dunking on him. Or with Ted Cruz, oddly, or maybe not oddly, I remember that one 9/11 post that he liked, opting for a sexually suggestive angle of attack, or posting a picture of Tucker sitting with his legs spread out in the air and what can only be described as a very eager and receptive position with the caption, live footage of Tucker Carlson interviewing the Prime Minister of Qatar. With him then also posting, I thought fellatio was illegal in Qatar. And then when Neil Patel, the CEO of Tucker's media company, posted a photo of themselves in Doha with the ironic caption, greetings from the bloodthirsty, terror-supporting slave state of Qatar, Cruz responded, fact check, true. But all of that was pretty tame compared to the firestorm that was unleashed by one of Trump's closest confidants, Laura Loomer. When I say firestorm, I mean she has been posting incessantly for the past 2 days about him and Qatar, literally dozens upon dozens of posts with her fingers just flying, writing things like, nothing says America first, like giving your money to the funders of global Islamic jihad who have made being a Christian or Jew illegal in Qatar, as well as video of Tucker Carlson at the Doha Forum tonight is now emerging, in which he looks incredibly flustered and flushed in the face, saying, I can't tell if his face is flushed because he's angry or because he's having a capillary response to alcohol as a self-admitted alcoholic. Rehab has helped millions of people. If you have relapsed, Tucker, just know that there's help. And again, there's a lot that she has said, but with that, you had some shooting back at her, like Roger Stone, right? Due to the ability to quite legally obtain all of Laura Loomer's bank and financial records offshore, very soon you know exactly who's paying her and why. That Tucker Carlson will always be Laura Loomer's intellectually superior, and no amount of her annoying marketing will change that. And adding, Laura Loomer and Tucker Carlson are both longtime friends of mine before any psychiatric help for a session regarding Tucker. Frankly, if I were him, I'd sue the fuck out of her because there is not a lawyer in the United States willing to defend her. See a shrink, Laura, you ain't right in the head. But then Loomer firing back, Roger, if I'm your friend, why do you continue to lie about me to run cover for Tucker? Tucker is allowing Qatari influence in our politics. I'm going to keep exposing his lies. He's whitewashing Islam and everything I said about him is true. But they're then going on to say he can sue me for telling the truth and then I will get to see who pays him and Neil Patel and Tucker Carlson network. I can't wait to see his text messages with Trump haters. That is also not where it ends because Loomer called out another interview that Tucker just did with the once notorious but now obscure conservative pundit, Milo Yiannopoulos. With a nearly 2-hour exchange titled, Why Are You Gay? Milo Yiannopoulos explains.
Well, I've always wanted to say in a Ugandan accent, are you gay?
Why are you gay?
So let me ask, are you gay? Were you gay? Like, what is gay?
Nobody's gay. Nobody's gay.
And you really only need to glance at the time codes to see how nuts it was. What they include, is there a demonic aspect to addiction? Is Dave Rubin really conservative? Is Pete Buttigieg really gay? Is lesbianism real? And why you aren't allowed to leave the gay mafia. But at least, I guess for this video, that ends up being besides the point, because what Loomer found so objectionable wasn't that, it was, I'll just read her post. Or with Loomer writing, Milo Yiannopoulos is allegedly an illegal alien who is living in California with Dav Charney when he's not living inside the Rome, Georgia residence of Marjorie Taylor Greene doing her dirty work. Milo had what many believe to be a sham marriage with a black man named John to get a visa, and now Milo is allegedly a visa overstay who is violating State Department policy by pushing out Holocaust denial and interfering in our elections by attacking Donald Trump and spreading malicious lies about Charlie Kirk, his wife, and Benny Johnson. With that, adding Milo is a notorious drug addict, and I personally believe he is lying about having cancer. He was fired for pro-pedophile comments, and he is allegedly a criminal illegal alien. I am calling on ICE, DHS, Kristi Noem, and Tom Homan to deport Milo Yiannopoulos back to the UK. I am happy to provide witness testimony and hand over Milo's address to authorities and immigration officials. And then, in another post, she continued, further proving that Tucker Carlson is totally okay with the attacks on TPUSA and the accusations from Milo that Tyler Boyer and Benny Johnson are gay. Tucker Carlson is continuing to promote Milo tonight, just hours after Benny and his wife threatened to sue Milo for defamation. And then continuing, Milo also went on Timcast this week and said Charlie Kirk was gay and was planning to divorce Erica Kirk. Tucker is literally trying to destroy TPUSA, and for some weird reason, they won't call him out. This is clearly coordinated. So yeah, for now, we'll have to continue to watch this, wait and see where any of this just dumpster fire shit show goes. You know, in the meantime, I don't know, I'll have my popcorn ready. Next up in the news, I'm very interested to know your thoughts here. This Paramount, Netflix, Warner Brothers situation is crazy. It's got a lot of people going, it doesn't feel like there is a best path forward, but maybe a less concerning path forward. Because Paramount has just now launched a hostile takeover bid for Warner Brothers. And they're arguing that this is in the best interest of the creative community, the consumers, and the movie theater industry for Paramount to buy the studio instead of Netflix. Right? Because last Friday, we learned that Netflix won a major bidding war to buy Warner Brothers in a deal valued at $83 billion. And you know, this is a big deal. Netflix beat out Paramount, Comcast, and more longtime major players to get this. I mean, this is a move that would essentially cement Netflix as an official king of Hollywood. But also, I mean, you have a lot of people concerned here. One, you have people fearing that this would lead to a monopolistic control of the streaming market. And two, you know, this really made people worry about the future of movie theaters. Right? Because while Netflix said that it expects to keep releasing the studio films theatrically, it also said that they plan on making the release windows more consumer-friendly, which essentially means that films won't be released in theaters for as long. And so then pair that with Netflix's co-CEO Ted Sarandos long downplaying the importance of theatrical releases, and you have many questioning what Netflix's long-term goals would actually be here. And with that, you had a group of anonymous producers even writing a letter arguing Netflix views any time spent watching a movie in a theater as time not spent on their platform. They have no incentive to support theatrical exhibition, and they have every incentive to kill it. And they definitely weren't alone there. You had major Hollywood unions like the Writers Guild going as far as to say that the deal should be blocked. And overall, like if you looked out there were a ton of people in the industry just kind of panicking about this acquisition. But then also, even though today's news, it may lead to that deal falling through, it's created even more panic. Right? Because you've got Paramount putting itself back into the conversation and appealing directly to WB's shareholders in a hostile takeover bid. And specifically, they're throwing an all-cash offer of $30 per share or a total value of $108 billion. So with Paramount claiming that this provides shareholders with $18 billion more in cash than Netflix's offer does. But also, this would include all of Warner Bros. Discovery, meaning that it's for the film studio, streaming services, and cable channels. And that's a notable difference because under the Netflix deal, cable channels were not included and they would have to be spun off. So the way you had Paramount side CEO David Ellison explaining it is that the plan provides superior value and a more certain path. Saying we are taking our offer directly to shareholders so that they can actually get the best interest and maximize the value of their shares. With all that, claiming that this merger would create stronger Hollywood for both consumers and creatives who would, quote, benefit from the enhanced competition, higher content spend and theatrical release output, and a greater number of movies in theaters as a result of our proposed transaction. And while you might think that those claim commitments to Hollywood and movie theaters would put the industry at ease, that's really not the case. Because again, there were still major monopoly concerns, but also Paramount CEO is the son of Larry Ellison, the Oracle billionaire and Trump ally. Also, some of the deal's funding is supported by the Ellison family, so that means that Larry could have his hands on this. David Ellison also led the charge to get a Paramount and Skydance merger through earlier this year, and there were concerns that there were a bunch of secret side deals with the Trump administration to get that deal through. Right? And then also there are more concerns about how Paramount is financing this, right? Because their offer actually includes billions from wealth funds in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi, as well as an equity firm backed by Jared Kushner, Trump's son-in-law. But with this, you had Paramount saying that the foreign wealth funds have agreed to forego any governance rights, including board representation associated with their non-voting equity investments. As you know, those promises, they could help it get federal approval, but also the thing is there's just a ton of politics involved no matter who buys it. And you know, Trump, he really hasn't said where he stands on this. He has given mixed messaging on the companies. It often feels like he supports whoever he most recently met with, though he recently just praised Netflix and Ted Sarandos, but then added that the merger could be a problem. Which I'm saying, they have a very big market share, and when they have Warner Brothers, that share goes up a lot. And that angle will be involved in that decision. Also, I've got to add that as I was recording, both Netflix and WB ended up responding to the news. Right? Netflix kind of dismissing it, saying this bid was expected, but they remain confident in their deal, and Warner Bros. Saying it will carefully review this new Paramount offer and respond within 10 business days. Right? And then with all of this, we haven't even touched on the fact that WB's cable channels include CNN. So if the Ellisons get their way, they would then be in charge of CNN, and they already have CBS News. And then that, I mean, it doesn't even get into the TikTok of it all. I mean, the amount of control that's happening in the media right now, it's crazy. But hey, for now, while this plays out, I'd love to know your thoughts, opinions, reactions, and maybe even predictions about what's going to happen happen next? Definitely let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below, because yes, this is a news show, but I also want it to be a conversation. But then, next up from that, this is ridiculous. President Trump is announcing a $12 billion bailout for farmers who have been hurt by Trump's own tariffs. Because nothing screams the tariffs are working like needing a massive bailout because you fucked farmers over so much. And while the plans are set to be announced at a roundtable later today, at least as of recording, it's been widely reported that up to $11 billion will go to one-time payments under the Agriculture Department's new Farmer Bridge Assistance Program, which was created to support American crop farmers. And as far as the remaining $1 billion, that'll go towards aid for commodities not covered by the program. And while it would seem pretty obvious to anyone with eyes, ears, and a brain that the Trump tariffs are responsible here, you still had a White House spokesperson trying to put the blame on Biden, saying today's announcement reflects the president's commitment to helping our farmers, who will have the support they need to bridge the gap between Biden's failures and the president's successful policies taking effect. Rather than also praising Trump's tariffs, Trump quote is helping our agriculture industry by negotiating new trade deals to open new export markets for our farmers and boosting the farm safety net for the first time in a decade. But, very big thing, experts widely agreed that farmers have been dramatically hurt by Trump's tariffs on a number of fronts. First off, many farmers have been struggling to sell their crops because other countries have retaliated against Trump's tariffs by imposing their own, making American crops more expensive in global markets. And this struggle is especially pronounced when it comes to China, which is normally a major buyer of U.S. crops, especially soybeans. But China is the world's largest buyer of soybeans, and earlier this year, they stopped purchases from America as the trade war with Trump escalated. And while China agreed to start buying again during a trade truce in October, the whole thing, it's massively hurt soy farmers. In fact, it's been reported that the new bailout is specifically aimed at helping soybean farmers who have just seen a massive drop in sales. Then beyond that, the tariffs have also increased input costs for farmers on products like machinery, supplies, and fertilizers. And then Trump's constant flip-flopping on various tariffs, it's created market uncertainty that makes it impossible for farmers to plan their planting and sales in advance. In fact, Trump's trade policies, not Biden's, appear to have pushed many farmers into bankruptcy. Back in October, it was reported that 181 farmers had filed for bankruptcy protection in the first half of 2025. That is a massive increase of 60% from last year, and the highest 6-month reading since the height of the pandemic in 2020. Right, and while Trump's tariffs, they have directly impacted American farmers in a bad way. China, they've been thriving. I mean, just today it was reported that China's trade surplus, it topped $1 trillion for the first time. So the Washington Post explaining that this is, quote, a sign that President Donald Trump's high tariffs have done little to stop Chinese factories from flooding global markets. And so as a result, you have many arguing that these new bailouts are essentially an admission that Trump's trade policies are failing American farmers. And not failing by a little, failing so much so that Trump needs to spend billions of dollars to bail out this key segment of his base. But also, I'll say it's unclear exactly how much these bailouts are going to help as long as Trump's tariffs remain in place and his trade war with China rages on. But I mean, even back in September, the president of the American Soybean Association explicitly rejected the idea that relief from Washington would structurally help farmers, saying a government payment is not the answer to long-term success in our industry. China consumes 61% of all soy consumed in the world. It's not a market where we can just say, oh, well, we'll just sell to somebody else. You know, as far as what happens from here, you know, Congress is going to have to approve a final version of Trump's bailout. But with that, I will say there's been a lot of support from this move, especially from lawmakers who represent agriculture-heavy states. But then, next up today, this one just makes me laugh. Only Trump could flip on someone within days of signing a pardon that saved them from potential prison time. Because you've got this guy, Representative Henry Cuellar. He's a Democrat from Texas. And last year, the Biden DOJ slapped Cuellar and his wife with charges including bribery, conspiracy, wire fraud, and money laundering, right? Accusing them of accepting hundreds of thousands of dollars in bribes from an Azerbaijan oil company at Mexican bank in exchange for advancing Azerbaijan interests in Congress. So with that, these two, they've maintained their innocence. They've accused the DOJ of entrapment, and their trial was supposed to kick off next April. But then, their daughters, they sent a letter to Donald Trump requesting a pardon for their parents. And Trump, he even shared that letter dated November 12th, in which they argued that their father's, quote, independence and honesty may have contributed to how this case began. And it looks like they knew how to work Trump. They pointed to his criticism of the Biden administration's border policies. And the daughters, they appealed to Trump personally, saying, when you and your family faced your own challenges, we understood that pain in a very human way. We watched from afar through the eyes of daughters who knew what it felt like to see parents under fire. And all of that, it led to Trump actually last week granting both Cuellar and his wife a presidential pardon, with them applauding him for standing up to the Biden administration and saying on Truth Social, Henry, I don't know you, but you can sleep well tonight. Your nightmare is finally over. And Cuellar was quick to respond, saying, I want to thank President Trump for his tremendous leadership and for taking the time to look at the facts. I thank God for standing with my family and I during this difficult time. This decision clears the air and lets us move forward for South Texas. Texas. This pardon gives us a clean slate. The noise is gone, the work remains, and I intend to meet it head on. And so with all this, for Republicans in Texas, this was a unique situation. Cuellar is already a pretty conservative Democrat, and for a minute, there was a long shot hope that this moment with Trump, it could actually be a thing that tipped him over to the other side. Something that, would pad the pretty narrow majority the Republicans have in the House going into the midterms. Then, just hours after getting that pardon, Cuellar filed for re-election and announced that he had no intentions of changing his party. With him telling Fox News, I'm an American, I'm a Texan, and I'm a Democrat in that order. And I think that anybody that puts party before their country is doing a disservice to their country. And this move by Cuellar, not something that Trump was a fan of. Or with him then quickly posting that he felt good fighting for this family against, quote, very sick and deranged people, but saying that Cuellar maintaining his status as a Democrat, it ruined it. Or with Trump accusing him of continuing to work with the same radical left scum that just weeks before wanted him and his wife to spend the rest of their lives in prison, and adding, such a lack of loyalty, something that Texas voters and Henry's daughters will not like. Oh well, next time, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And with all that, we've got to talk about a few things, right? It's important to note that this pardon doesn't mean that Cuellar is in the clear completely, or he's still under investigation from the House Ethics Committee. And that was an investigation that started last May and then was reauthorized in July of this year. But then also, if we zoom out from this guy specifically, we should talk about the sheer volume of pardons that we've seen from Trump this year. Because, in his first term, Trump issued 237 acts of clemency over all 4 years, but this time around, in just the first year alone, he's given out almost 1,600. So of course, a lot of those were connected to the January 6th insurrection, but we've still seen nearly 100 others since he took office in January, including high-profile people in politics, reality TV, business, and music. And, a number of those, they've been connected to things that seem to contradict what he's trying to do as far as policy. It's really fueled a lot of criticism that this administration is very pay-for-play, and at least for now, there's no reason to expect really anything different. Like, the accountability is, it really doesn't feel like anything anyone should expect while these guys are in power. But that also doesn't mean it should be normalized and we don't take in that information. Right, but then, next up in the news, let's talk about international news, because Thailand has launched airstrikes against Cambodia. And so it appears that this decades-old dispute that Trump claims to have ended, it's really not quite over. In fact, reporters asked Thailand's prime minister about the US brokered deal recently signed in Malaysia with Trump in attendance, and he responded, I don't remember that anymore. And then also claiming Cambodia must comply to our conditions in order to stop the fight. And then the Thai Army Chief of Staff adding that the goal is to render Cambodia incapable of military action for a long time. Also, if right now you're like, homie, what are you even talking about? Sorry, this is like chapter 87. To bring it back, these two countries, they share a nearly 500-mile-long border, but they don't agree on exactly where it runs. And that disagreement at least partly stems from a map that was drawn up by the French when they controlled Cambodia as a colony. Also, there are competing claims over centuries-old temples with cultural significance to both sides. And so for decades, there have been occasional brief border skirmishes, including back in July when at least 40
working out very well in my favor.
people were killed and hundreds of thousands were displaced over 5 days of fighting. Right, and during that conflict, Thailand deployed F-16s to bomb Cambodian military targets, which was the first time that the country had used fighter jets in combat in 3 decades. It was an escalation that, along with pressure from the US, helped secure an initial ceasefire and then an expanded agreement in October. With Trump, of course, just jumping at the opportunity to take credit and counting it as one of the 8 wars that he says he's ended and why he should get a Nobel Peace Prize. Right, except last month you had Thailand pulling out of peace talks after 2 of its soldiers were injured by a landmine in a disputed border area. And then yesterday, the country claimed that Cambodian troops opened fire, injuring another 2 soldiers. But on the flip side, you had Cambodia's defense ministry accusing Thailand of firing first, using handguns, rocket launchers, and mortars, right, and claiming that its forces had contacted the Thai side without firing back. But then today, the Thai army again accused Cambodia of opening fire, allegedly killing a soldier this time, and it prompted the airstrikes. And specifically, according to a spokesperson, fighter jets hit 3 Cambodian military installations near the border, including a radio tower and a casino near the border that the Thai army alleges is used by Cambodia as a drone base. And so at least as of recording, you have Cambodian officials saying that 4 civilians have been killed and 9 others injured. But with the defense ministry also condemning the Thai strikes and insisting that it remained committed to implementing the ceasefire. And then also in the meantime, as all of that's playing out, you have hundreds of thousands of lives already being affected. For example, just yesterday, Thai officials ordered residents in 4 provinces along the border to evacuate to shelter, with the military claiming that nearly 500,000 people had to do so. And then today, you had Cambodian officials announcing that tens of thousands on their side had moved away from the border as well. But that is where today's show is going to end. Thank you so much for being a part of another daily dive into the dumpster fire that is what is happening right now. And hey, if you'd like to continue avoiding your responsibilities, you can check out the new episodes
Watch that one.
Me flirts. Me gets flirted with back. Me outline map of South America. That was not the image I meant to click. Very Matt Rose coded. So Matt Rose coded, in fact, that even though I'm sure I've never read this post out in my life, people claimed they could vividly remember me doing so, like some sort of Matt Della effect. But no, I've actually never searched socials simply for that was not the image I meant to use. I guess I always assumed people would just delete said wrong image when that happened, and as you can see, some do. But others, rather than correcting the mistake, just leave it. Sometimes, coincidentally, it almost kinda sorta works. Good morning. Not the image I meant to attach, but sure, I'll go with it. Me at work right now. Okay, that is not the image I meant to post, but I'll roll with it. Good night. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That's not the image I wanted to post, but it's also accurate. Most of the time, though. Managed to use discounts to bring a 28 quid Five Guys delivery down to 14. It really doesn't kinda sorta work. Does anyone have an exact time for the update tomorrow? Punching babies in public. That was not the image I meant to add. I'm a day late, but happy birthday! This is not the image I wanted. I just want someone to be proud of me. Oh God, fuck it, that was not the image I wanted to add. Must be nice to be in love. Whoa, this was not the image I wanted to send. Me fighting my inner demons, and that was not the image I meant to use. Finishing up old stuff, part 1 of... It took me way too many tries to take a photo of this that wasn't horribly blurry. Where are my antidepressants? That's the wrong image. I meant to put this image. All my mutuals and friends are doing this, so 10% I dislike you, 20% I don't know you, 30... Yeah, I'm not going to go through all this rubbish. You know these sorts of things. 110. Hey, same for you. Analog kissy face emoji. Woo! That's not the image I wanted to use. Well, he's just bubbled. Happy Pride Month. Tom Hanks. Pissing. This is not the image I wanted to put. Star Trek technology kills me. Why is Geordie holding her? This is not the image I wanted. Time to pull an all-nighter on a work night because I can't sleep. I've got to be up in 4 hours anyways. Shh. Quiet zone. Progress. This is silent jerk-off time. That's not the image I meant to post. I think I might have gotten COVID, analog sad face. Get on Mario Maker 2. This is not the image I meant to send. Studious AS fool. Hella studious. / this is not the image I meant to post. All according to plan. Not the image I wanted to send. Fuck you, tiddy armor. Me. That was not the image I intended to use. This tweet is a failure. The world is doomed. Death is coming for all of us. This sound effect obtained in the usual Matt Rose way.
You want to come in from the side and slap me with that parsley, ready? Okay, very good. Do you want to do it again? Yep, nice.
They dragged me out of my basement, took away my games, and bribed me with ice cream, but this is actually kind of fun. You're so pretty! Smiling face with heart eyes, 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 smiling face with heart eyes. Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to sleep! This was not the image I intended to attach. God, I'm so fucking tired. I would like to stop feeling things, please. Mini Keanu. Not the image I meant to post. Hungry. Nick Cage is a... What is that? That was not the image I wanted. This is actually so sweet. You made my day. You're welcome. Whoa. Not the image I meant to use. Forgot I made this. Man, you made that tattoo. It goes hard as fuck. One fucking image. This is not the image I meant to post. Fuck. Nostalgia. Eat your chow. This was not the image I meant to use. Lamel. Corrections are not attacks that you must defend against. I am so grateful to everyone who's ever told me I got something wrong. Catnip got me acting unwise. That was not the image I meant to send. He haunts me. Cats just can't resist. I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything is fine. This is not the image I meant to add. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is not the image I intended to use. Me going back to my awful retail job, vagina. This is not the image I meant to attach, but you know what? Vagina. I I love my GF so much. Dong ding, boo where? Wow, hot, oh what, bab happy hat. So yeah, I mean this was not the image I intended to choose, but let me fight Mickey. Oh, this is not the image I meant to put. It was a mistake! I hate how I have the motivation to draw, but I have to get ready for work, so the creative energy is just sitting there like beam sugar. That's not the image I wanted. Oh, hope you feel better soon, June. Analog grinning face emoji. This is just not the image I meant to send now, is it? Brunch is full of losers. Face with rolling eyes, face with rolling eyes, face with rolling eyes, face with rolling eyes. What the fuck? Just shushes. You think my grilled cheeses are lame? Face with rolling eyes. They aren't grilled cheese, there is ham. It's just got ham in it, it's still a grilled cheese. You fucking idiot, it's a ham and cheese if there is ham. Look, horny, be gone, tablets. That's not the image I meant to put. Listen. Good night, Mooties. Sorry I've been kind of on and off randomly. I started working full-time and my brain is all over the place. He who is destined to burn. This was not the image I meant to click, by the way. I'd let this man roar me. That's not the image I meant to use. Assassin's Creed's final target was always going to be itself. Okay, that's not the image I meant to attach to the previous tweet. I meant this one. Made my own authentic sound effects to add to that GIF, just so you know.
How did she do this with a tip? Must be something wrong with that can. I'm not doing that anymore.
Once again asking the Columbus Blue Jackets to return their most specialist fourth liner to Montreal, Jordan Harris, and then they probably meant to pop in this kind of thing, but instead, this is not the image I intended. Likewise, ideally, the tweet Matt Maltese released a new song and none of you told me, wow, would probably look something akin to this. But instead, your toes. Ring-a-ding-ding, I'm over here, baby. That was not the image I meant to attach. My PS4 froze when I tried to connect to the...
Alright, killed it for me. Playing the old, that's the old instead. Alright, let's see, what, no. Oh, yeah. That is... Let's go with, this is much. You know what, man? That's a game that doesn't get enough love. How do you get over there? Oh. I'm thinking about installing Rappel today. I'm like, oh man, I haven't played that shit game in years. Some bitch, come here, crap. Alright. Another encounter. Touching. I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. I just didn't care. I'll figure it out. I'm sure it's not that important. Look out. Here she comes. Is that Siren? Okay. I wonder. Wait, hold on. I want to get. I was like, there's gotta be music for these, right? Oh yeah, let me try and just do a build. I'm like, where are they at? Hello. Oh, damn it. I'm like, what's going on? Look. What the hell? Did I win? Trying to read pirate shit. I feel like I'm having a stroke trying to read it. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Other than that's siren or whatever. The hell? Oh, I need that. That's what I need. I got a little heal button. Yeah, they told me that, like, this is the way to go, and I'm like, alright, not the way to go, it's not healing. Okay. It's taking forever to rank up. Yeah, it was fine. How the hell do I get that over there, huh? Oh, that's an obby. And 4 more levels and I'll be level 50. So like we're trying to get the corrupted crystal, that's the only thing I'm missing. Yeah, now I understand that. I'm not that interested in all this, it's a lot of busy work. I want a fucking mount. What the hell? How do I get that? Yeah, the fool was mountain disease, right? Way better than WoW. I said the mounts were way better before than WoW mounts. I said it. Sorry, WoW, you suck. The mounts are mediocre now, no matter what you put in. Final Fantasy mounts are way better. How do you feel about that? Down here, okay. Okay. Does it burn my heal? found you. Giggity. That was giggity. What the hell? What the hell? So is that it? What? How long are you there? Oh, wait, I didn't even know the airship. Okay, I'm like, oh my god. Many other vortex.
There. She's
Oh, you can
ready.
talk.
Ah, she stirs.
Oh, hey, whoa, whoa, buddy. Whoa, 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 what the hell's going on? Oh, Ruddle's really close then.
To Kurthus, and an audience with the Harpy Queen Garuda.
I don't know. What
Enterprise, engage.
Final Fantasy what?
Damn it. I once flew in this airship, and I was not alone. There were adventurers on board. Adventurers like you.
Oh, wait, oh, not now I'm doing something? Great, okay. Remembering what he remembers, okay.
Just how long have I worn these damn goggles?
And he still has white
yes,
hair?
I fancied myself a trendsetter in my younger days.
Yeah. He's like Titus.
The young prodigy, admired by all. Exactly like his father.
He didn't know what pants were. He just had the legs. That was it.
Born and raised in Garlemald.
Oh, he's remembering who he is now.
It was only natural that the precocious young student should become an engineer. Had his father not done the same?
What you do. But alas.
Father, when did we stop seeing eye to eye? When did Meteor become your everything, and your loved ones cease to matter?
So he's not like an old man. He just always had white hair. Oh no. Oh no. He was with the bad guys.
You abandoned us all, but he was there for me, Father. There for me when you were not.
Oh no. Shit, no. Oh no. He was one of them.
Though he proved no better in the end. Gaius was just another man with an all-consuming obsession.
Oh no. Sid is the bad guy. What? Well, that's unfortunate.
And so I ran, left the Empire behind and came to Eorzea, where I built the ironworks.
So he was in the Empire, but then he was like, nah, fuck this shit. Wait, what? Here. That's me. I was in the past?
Ah yes, it was then that I first donned these goggles.
I gave him the what? That?
Eorzea opened my eyes. It was home to so many manner of people, each with their own hopes and dreams. People worth saving, and so I fought beside them. I wanted to prove that my knowledge could serve a nobler purpose.
The goggles?
I wanted to prove that there was another way. And it all began that day when I found my new home.
I'm lost.
I had forgotten how wonderful it was. The wind in your hair, the endless sky. That light. It was you, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
It's surprising how few people know this, but all pureblood Garleans have a third eye. Perhaps mine helped me recognize you, or perhaps it was just a lucky guess.
I don't understand.
The Enterprise was made for this. To carry Eorzea's protectors into battle. I am proud to be able to call her my own.
Sid? What exactly do you remember?
Alphinaud, my boy. Sorry to have been such a burden. I remember everything.
Well, that's good, 'cause I don't.
My name, my people, and my purpose. Everything. Come. It would be rude to keep Garuda waiting.
Hey, I thought we killed her. You mean the dragon was Garuda? I thought. I'm so confused right now. And now I need to find out. So I'm going to use power of the internet here and find out why it was that our player, why they, but yeah, okay, thank you. Why did the player character in FF14 give Sid his goggles and how? Because I'm confused. That cutscene is symbolic vision triggered by the echo showing. Oh, okay. I would have never gotten that. I would have never understood that. So, like, okay, it's metaphorical. Cutscene is symbolic vision triggered by the echo showing the player character inside Sid's memories to help him recover his identity. The goggles were his defining symbol as an engineer, and the echo manifested the warrior light as a figure of light, giving them that. Okay. Okay. That's all I wanted to know. I didn't understand any of that. I thought that was going to be some weird time travel shit. Which would have been cool. Actually. That would have been like a trip. That was the power co-pilot, thank you. Now, are they using the Super Nintendo sound effects from Final Fantasy VI? Damn, that doesn't sound like that. Oh no, we got a dungeon. I know it. A howling eye. Yeah, that was confusing as all hell. Oh. What? Shame they don't have voice lines. Oh. And the kobolds, why would they insult bring them here? At the sacrifice? Wow. Oh, that's right. Hold on, no, we went through all that to get the crystal, to get around the whole like elemental stuff, and they didn't even show it. Oh, thank you very much, Sid. Yep. Oh, this music is kind of hard. Castlevania. On hard rock. What hell? I'm behind the button. Hi, Nakatai. None of my children escaped the rest of the mortals, and those who were pushing away in the rest shall realize. I didn't read all that. No. So long as the insulting frames, she will never fail. Oh. And we have to kill them. It's the only way. I'm playing Rainbow and she's crashing. Oh no. That sucks. I'm on major boss, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing here. So the worms of the bow shall no, I can't talk. Desert vermin next, your walls of stone will not shield them from the tempest. And I shall make vengeance on the sea ice. Your wooden boats cannot outrun. Tremble mortals, I shall visit you all the time. Then wait, I had to fight her again? Oh, please, you can't tempt me. Can't play me. I'm the warrior of the light. Oh. Did they have to make her that way? What the hell? The hell, Final Fantasy? What the hell, man? Oh, I got the green crystal. There we go. I think that's the final one. Yeah, I won. Oh, here we go again. And the final crystal. I wonder how far I am in the MSQ. What are you? What have you done to me? I took your crystal. No mortal shall possess such power. It's impossible. It ain't. I just did it. I am her. Or him. I am me. Not that. Thanks, students. Thank God it wasn't a dungeon. Okay, we're not done yet. Hold on.
Why do you not tremble at my might?
Oh,
Why
they
do you
talk,
not
finally.
beg for mercy? Why do you not die? We've done it! Ah! Impossible it is!
Kill you all! Is that all?
Uh-oh.
Lady of
Oh
the
no, it's
Vortex,
Darius.
Almighty Garuda. Of all primals, the most terrible, I say again, is that all?
Gaius!
Ah, Sid, my boy, you look well. For one who has forsaken kin and country. I wonder what else you will forsake before the day is done.
He's basically like Darth Vader.
What?
What exactly did you hope to accomplish here this
There's
day?
a lot of cutscenes, by the way, in this game. It's an MMO. in case you wonder.
Well, I shall accomplish far more.
Oh, he's gonna stun me. What the hell? Oh,
Is that all? Is that all? Insolent mortal! I shall make you suffer! That foul stench! I see now. She has touched you! Very well.
He seems like a
Seven hells,
demon.
does she still mean to fight?
I mean, I don't know.
Lord of the Inferno Almighty, brought us succor in our hour of need.
Wait, what?
Save us, Titan, Lord
Oh,
of
you
Crowns.
can't though, I killed him.
It hurts us so. The pain, the pain.
What is she? 12 preserve. She cannot mean to.
She's bringing him back? Oh hell, she is. Yep, there he is. He's free. And tight. Oh no.
No. No, this is all wrong.
Nope.
Stop gawping, boy. We must run.
You gotta run like the bitches we are. Come on. Three finals. And, oh god.
Surrender yourselves unto me. I would feast upon your ether. None shall stand against the wind.
Man, what the hell's going on? No.
Bear witness to the glory of the Empire.
Now, who's this? Oh. Oh, shit, no. Well, keep that. Alright, what the hell? Whatever that thing is. Okay, now he's dead. It's like a cyborg tribal?
It is you who will suffer, Garuda. Ancient Alec had ways of dealing with your kind. Now, look on their ultimate weapon, Icon, and despair.
Icon and despair. Well, she...
No! No! No!
Oh, he ate her. Oh my god. Now he's got wings.
Magnificent. It exceeds all expectation.
What in the bloody hell?
With each primal it consumes, it grows more powerful. A marvel, is it
Oh
not?
my, they made their own freaking whatchamacallit.
Such is the fate of those who oppose the Empire.
So...
There will be no warriors of light to save you this time.
They made their own
If your leaders are as wise as they are reported, they will surrender.
Yeah, this just went in a direction I wasn't expecting. What the fuck?
Your skills are impressive, but they will not be enough.
I don't even know how I didn't see this coming. Oh.
12, have mercy. What chance have we against such an ungodly creation? And who was that
They
armored
built
devil?
their own god.
That was Gaius van Balsar, legatus of the 14th Imperial Legion and supreme commander of the Garlean invasion force in Eorzea.
Of course. The Black Wolf. How could I not realize? Grandfather mentions him in his journal.
I was never so naive as to think the man would abandon his ambitions. But these developments are beyond my worst expectations.
Again, this is an
What have
MMO.
you been doing these past 5 years? How could something of this magnitude have escaped the Alliance's attention?
We heard no whispers, saw no signs. In the wake of the calamity, the Empire seized land and built outposts, but that was the extent of their aggression.
Damn it, Gaius! Where in the seven hells did you find that thing?
It has been a day of unexpected developments, but the fact remains, Garuda is no longer a threat. While I take no comfort in the manner of her downfall, it does mean that we may safely put the matter of the primals to one side, for the time being at least.
Which just leaves the matter of Gaius's new toy.
Indeed. That weapon poses the greatest threat to Eorzea. It must be destroyed. But first, we must needs find out all we can.
Why do they always say that?
Let us make for Vesper Bay. We shall
do.
rebuild the Scions.
Like, no one says it like
All
that.
is not yet lost, my friend. For we bear the light, and shall surely lead our people from the darkness.
Well, that's nice. Cool. So, the primals are dead. They got absorbed by whatever the hell that thing was. And, like, basically the Empire built their own super weapon. A god, if you will. Like, see, when I see it, the first thing I think of is, the Elder Scrolls Daggerfall. Who... Or was it Dagger? I think it was Daggerfall. It was either Daggerfall or Morrowind. But the main plot of that game was, and spoilers, was that they were building their own god. And the god instead killed an entire civilization of dwarves, or Dwemer as they're called in game. It killed them all. I mean, it killed them all. And it was like a god they built out of like machinery and shit. And so that's the first thing I think of when seeing that. I'm like, Morrowind or whatever. That's wild. Alright, so that happened. What level am I? I'm only level 46. And he can't claim me. I'm a warrior of the light. I'm literally the warrior of the light. I am like a chosen one by the Crystal Mama. That was something else, man. I was not expecting that. Holy shit. That literally... That took a turn. Damn, dude, that was something else. I'm like, okay, that went somewhere I wasn't expecting. I wanna know, like, is there a way to find out how far I am in the MSQ? Is there a way to find out how far I am in the MSQ for a Realm Reborn in FF14? Without spoilers. Yes, is there a way to find out how far you are? MSQ tracker. Okay, okay, how do I find that? There are two ways to find out the main story quest you're on right now. By default, this quest is shown in the top left of the game. On the minimap here, I'll reveal what I'm looking at. Ooh, there you go. If you want to follow along. So, by default, this quest on the top right. Check out the first quest in the Endwalker. Okay, how do I find out? Okay, so I am on Reclamation. This will tell me how far I am on what they call the MSQ, or the main story quest. Wow, I'm like, well, that's a little more than I thought, really. I am 64% done with what they call the MSQ of Realm Reborn, the base game of Final Fantasy XIV. So we have a way to, yeah. I need the phone. Yeah, let me take a shot of that. Alright. I'll save that for later. What's it called? Okay, I need the... How can I save that? How do I save that? We'll add that to the... That's good. Yeah, so that's where I am in terms of, like, the progress for, like, the what they call the MSQ in Final Fantasy. MSQ is short for the main story quest. It is like, in Final Fantasy, it's mandatory. Like, you have to do the entire quest chain in order to advance it to the next expansion. That is what makes 14 unique compared to World of Warcraft and even Guild Wars 2 for that matter. Because, like, World of Warcraft, you're like, no, well, you just level up and then you get to the end game shit. Right? They don't put, like, a story element to block you from, like, advancing. Like, Guild Wars 2, same thing. Like, you can literally, after, like, level 80, go anywhere you want. Yeah, so you can level wherever you want. But Final Fantasy XIV is like, nope, you start from the beginning and you do every single quest. It has cutscenes and God knows what else. So that's good to know. I am 64% through the Realm Reborn. Once the base game for all the other expansions. 2.0, as they call it. 2.0 of Final Fantasy. And then, no, there was 1.0, which everybody hated. And then, like, a couple of years, a year or two later, they did a revamp of the entire game, and people loved it. That was cool though, like, actually some interesting shit. I had to, like, mindlessly, I had to mindlessly go through a lot of that, because a lot of it was just kind of dumb. A lot of busy work that I didn't want to do. Hopefully, there's none of that crap in Heaven's Door. Alright, what's going on? Tell me, Carrion. Does alt here strike you as an odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Maybe it's just my imagination. I don't know. If you're asking me, I don't fucking know. I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know. How fucking am I supposed to know? Not me, I'm an amateur. Wait. By the way, he is not an old man, even though he looks like he's an old man. He's not an old man. Oh, hey! Ishida! I forgot about that. Where the hell are they been? Oh, they know each other. Okay. Oh, no. That's right, because he was supposed to be dead. Damn, this has gotten... They're saying this has actually gotten good now? Istola is here too. Yeah, where's she at? She's not here right now. She's on the Uval to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Yeah, because what's her name got kidnapped. Apolimo. Oh no. No doubt, yeah. Wait a minute, what about your sister? Man, this thing just took a whole fucking turn on. Well, now I'm starting to understand shit. Holy hell. I mean, like, the Empire was always kind of looming in the background to begin with, so it's not like I wasn't aware of them. Like, they were always there. It's just that if you were to tell me that they had, like, a fucking god weapon, What am I doing? Sleeping?
Hear,
Oh.
feel, think.
It's a line. Crystal Mother is talking to me. Alright. I'm assuming bad things are upon her.
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always.
The mascot.
The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself,
Yes.
for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Oh, hold on. It's still locked. There's a lot of cutscenes going on here. No. There's not a lot of talking. That's the only thing. Like, they only save, like, the audio talking cutscenes for, like, the major points. Everything else is reading. Well, that's nice. An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordor. No. Oh, come on. That's the best name they can come up with. Mordor. Mordor. Come on. Come on, Final Fantasy. At least try. I get it, you know, like... I get it. Lord of the Rings, it is everything that every other fantasy world ever made is based off of. But I'm like, you couldn't try Mordor? Mordor? Come on. Nothing. Alright, well. You're still while wishing to touch the fate of the prisoners. Okay, now we have more, right? Okay. Even under normal, recent defenses, Imperial Astral would be highly dangerous shit. No shit. Prisoners who Zarlins deem valuable, we may be able to confident that they have taken additional measures to ensure Stronghold's security. But if we were free of threat, our effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. Port lane. House. Oh no, we gotta go back there. Yeah, I know. The observatory. Okay. I'm still only 46. Damn. I would have thought I'd be level 50 by now. Alright, so here's the issue that I know is coming up. The first being that getting to level 50 is not going to be the issue. It will be an eye level issue. The way they do things, like, they not only do they lock content behind the story, but they also lock content behind what they call trials, which is basically a raid. And what I do understand it's going to come is my item level is going to become an issue. Much like World of Warcraft, you know, they have item levels, right, in the game. So at the moment, I am a level 46 Dragoon, and not sure where do I find my item level? No idea. Alright. Oh, right here. So right now, I'm like item level 35, which is really low, I guess. And I think, if I remember what the nice man said in the video that I watched last night, I need like 180 or something like that. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have to do some grinding for gear, but or buy it. I don't know. I might be able to buy it. We'll see. But yeah, like that's how Final Fantasy works. Like all of it is like gated content behind story and trials. In a lot of ways, it is probably harder than World of Warcraft. I mean, or not harder, but way more gated than, I dare say, Classic WoW. And everybody talks about that so often, you know, like, oh yeah, Classic WoW was so hard, because everything was a rep run, and you couldn't do a dungeon unless you were, you know, you did the rep and earned the unlock and all that. I'm like, in Final Fantasy, you gotta do hours and hours of story, and then a raid, to go to the next expansion. I'm like, you want to talk about a content lock? I'd say Final Fantasy 14's got WoW beat. What do you call that? Attunement. World of Warcraft had attunements. Like, there were dungeons that you needed to do, but you also had to attune to those dungeons in order to do them in the first place. Like, this is like, although the only difference is probably that it's a little more easier in terms of progression, because you're not going to be behind anyone, I guess is what I'm saying. And from my understanding, the trials are not hard. Like, they're pretty simple to do. So, like, on a casual level, anyway, kind of like LFR, right? So, like, that is what I do know about Final Fantasy 14 and what's ahead, you know, for me going forward. Like, I know that much without spoiling the story and all that. I think I only know one spoiler that I found out by accident like a couple of years ago, and it's not even that major, really. Like, I know what's coming, so it doesn't really bother me. I'll be back short. Oh, I didn't know you were still here. I'm sorry, man. I heat up a cheese. Oh, I wish I had one of those. Damn. Cheese quesadilla. Oh, yeah. Oh, right, you're playing a game too. I forgot all about that. What are you playing? Waking Sands? Let me see. Let me check that out. Let me see what. Are you streaming? Oh, the Lego game. Okay. Yeah, my computer is lagging like hell. Okay, no, I'm just checking. They had a thing going on where, like, if you and I did a collab, we get like a special badge or something like that. But I think we missed out on it. Nah, I know no, after Tuesday if I can stream. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. You know, if I see you on, I'll pop in, say hello. I haven't seen you stream in a long time, actually. It's been a long while since I've seen you on there. I follow the channel though. Tomorrow is Kate's meeting. Okay. Oh, alright. Well, I hope everything's alright there. That's alright. We just found out that my nephew has, ADHD. So, like, well, that explains everything. I think I have it too, honestly. I was down, and I always thought, like, after a while, I exhibit, like, symptoms of that. Or behavior patterns, related to that. Alright, how do I get there? What time is it? I gotta get a shower. Dude, it's so cold here too, man. It's like, we're like in a freezing, thing at the moment. It's cold. I was out there this morning with my nephew waiting for the bus. I was like, damn, it got cold. The hell happened? Alright, well, I don't want to keep you, from your quesadilla. So, enjoy your quesadilla. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna go run and take, let's see, how long have I been streaming? Only, not even 2 hours. Damn, that's all an hour and 45 minutes? Feels like forever. This secondary took forever. No. Hello there, it's Zaru. Sorry. No, I'm not really new. I'm like, it's hard to explain. I wouldn't say I'm new, but I'm definitely not experienced. I bought the game, when did I buy the game? I bought the game like, I think like 6 years ago. And I played for a little bit. Yeah, I'm a returnee. Sent the DM. Oh no, it's okay. Hold on, I'll check it out. Am I on Discord? Yeah, like, I bought the game like a couple of years ago, and I played for a little bit, but I never completed like a realm reward. So that's where I am now. And I've just found out that I am 64% through the MSQ. In McIntyre. If I'm not here, I will be back in like a half an hour. Cause I want to go get a shower in a bit. Hold on. Oh, there it is. I'm like, why the hell is my Discord not open? Okay. Oh. No. No. What? Oh. Okay, I didn't. Oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm reading everything now. I'm sorry. Uh, damn. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I'm like, yeah, I'm 64% in. I'm now doing whatever this is. Tasting of the Castro. I just did the part where, we find out, what that one Darth Vader guy, he has, like, a mega weapon that killed all the primals. Which I was not expecting that. So that caught me off guard. I was like, oh shit. They killed Garuda. So that caught me off guard. I was like, alright, that's got my attention. Let's see. Hold on, Nat. I don't really understand Nat. I'm sorry about everything. That's awful. It really is. You know. uh... Aether is like ice cream. Everyone loves to eat some, or even if one has some butcher of primer to it. Dude, that thing just fucking ate her. Like, I was like, oh shit. I was not expecting that at all. And yet they showed you in the beginning of the game, like, the Empire with that thing. And I never put two and two together that that's what they were doing with it. But my first thought was, I was like, oh wow, they made like a god weapon, like in what was it, Morrowind? One of the Elder Scrolls games. Their story is kind of similar to that, where the Dwemer or the dwarves, as they're called in the game, they build like this god weapon, and then the god weapon kills them. Like it wipes out the whole civilization. So that was like the first thing I thought of with Elder Scrolls. Whoops. Yeah, that's some wild shit. I was not expecting that. Yeah, Ultima, yeah. That's a god weapon is a 5. I don't know, dude. I'll tell you, it caught me off guard. I was like, whoa, what? It took a while just to get the good shit. Anyway, so that was cool. I like that. Alright, anyways, I hate to be a bearer of, like, bad news, but I'm gonna, like, bounce out for about half an hour or so. I wanna try and get a shower. And, when I come back, I'll continue playing this. Cause, I'm halfway there, man. I'm gonna do it. But, Nat, I don't know if you're still here or not. You're probably not. You're probably AFK. Alright. Alright. Peace out, everybody. I'll be back in about an hour or so. With love. I don't know. Bye-bye.